Welcome back to Under the Mountain, an ACOTAR podcast. My name's Lauren.
And I'm Frank.
And today we are going to be discussing part 2 of chapter 39 of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes. And? Are you excited?
I'm excited.
How'd you feel about the second half of this chapter here?
Well, it was like stuff was happening.
A lot of stuff.
And like, unfortunately, in this book series, when stuff is happening, it's already an upgrade.
That is true.
It's already an upgrade because plot points are occurring.
Yeah.
No, but really, especially the second half of the second half with the Summer Court Faerie trying to escape and all that, I have a lot of criticisms. Most of my criticisms Under the Mountain come down to Amarantha's too stupid for what I'm supposed to believe she was capable of. Yeah, just a lot of things that, like, I still don't get anyone's motivations. I don't understand why Feyre is able to figure things out despite just being a 19-year-old who is brand new to this town. I'm supposed to be like, oh, wow, Feyre figured that out. Not for any particular reason. Like, it's not like she's got a skill set around this or anything. And also think the extremely powerful ancient Fae woman...
The never-fading flower.
The never-fading...
Tricked all of the
High Lords. Shouldn't also not only have that thought, but, like, be 100 steps beyond that thought. But she's not. The
equivalent... Her plan, though, truly is be sexy and make people drink a drink. So she pulled that off somehow.
That's an awesome goal.
It's an awesome goal. She succeeded, and then she like ghetto orbed everyone's powers. And now,
and can she use them or can she not? I don't know.
It's unclear.
We'll discuss it a little bit as we go. We have two things before we start. We were really ranty last time. I imagine that will continue on. But what I want to say, we didn't take a lot of time because we're being so critical in a lot of ways of the plot, and we're like comparing the Tamlin and Rhysand because that's like part of our thesis here. But let's have a moment in the dark sense of the character, in the dark romance of it all. Would you say that, like, Rhysand's being kind of hot? If you like that sort of thing.
Yeah. If this is your cup of tea, then he's hitting the notches, like, certainly.
Yeah, and the issue always comes down to, like, I just like bad guys and bad girls, and I like villains, and I like stuff like this, but I just like it only in the context of acknowledging it's bad. But he is being, like, when I was reading this and I thought, like, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, I was like... He's being hot.
But he's also not doing anything that original, not doing anything that, like, out of the box.
What do you want?
Well,
we couldn't get out of the dining room. What do you want?
You're right. No, I'm not expecting him to do anything more than what he's doing. This is honestly refreshing to at least get what I expected. But yeah, I mean, the equivalent of going to a VIP lounge and forced to dance, it's kind of sexy in the way that you'd want it to be, Yeah. Oh, and then over and over again for 28 days or whatever this is going to be.
Yeah, I guess it gets kind of repetitive, though, at some point.
But at least we didn't show it every time.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say he's being, like, I was taken, again, not the way everybody's like, I knew immediately Tamlin was the worst man ever, and I knew Rhysand was a good guy at this point. That was not the way in which I was taken. I was taken when I was being like, oh no, he's a bad man doing bad things. I thought he was hot in that way.
Hooray. Let's keep that going.
And so, yeah. I mean, so, like, okay, let's hear a little bit of noise for our villain daddy. Yay, yay. Okay.
Thank you, villain daddy. Thank you. Was that good? A little dark gay ASMR. Thank you, villain daddy.
Is this you? You're like, who's talking? Like,
me.
Okay, so it's
who,
Frank.
Who do you want to be
Frank
talking?
X Rhysand.
Yeah.
You as Frank saying.
Thanking him in a trans locale, like through fiction, sort of, I'm speaking to the book version of him, like.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Have anything else you want to say to him?
in Under the Mountain After Dark, you'll get more. That's all I have for you now. Though.
Can't say it.
Yeah.
No.
After the podcast, join us over on.
Don't say that. Like, it sounds like actually maybe something that we have, but we don't have.
Any interest?
I don't know. Maybe in the future we'll have an After Dark. Okay, so then my second thing is I was like dwelling on the last episode. Obviously reading comments, thinking about chapter 39. This is going to be both a like, does this maybe make a little bit more sense for Rhysand's plan? It doesn't make sense. Like overall it doesn't, but does this element that I'm about to talk about make more sense than I thought? But also then it comes bundled with a bunch of new criticisms, right?
Sure. As these things do, yeah.
So my thought was, he keeps saying like all this stuff about Tamlin, like I'm trying to make Tamlin angry. And we keep being like, why does Amarantha think he's doing any of this?
Yeah.
Shouldn't she be suspicious? What's his motivation from Amarantha's point of view? And then I was like, okay, wait, maybe the Tamlin thing is part of the plan, and he's sort of saying to Amarantha, like, why do I want to make Feyre do sexy things and come live with me? It's because I hate Tamlin. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to piss him off. That's part of my bad guy persona. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
So I was like, maybe all that Tamlin stuff is bundled into like him trying to give Amarantha a bad guy reason he's doing that. Because I already know later in the second book, part of it is that he actually is trying to piss Tamlin off. He will suggest that he has a really noble reason for doing so.
Okay.
It's like him trying to be like, he was being such a beta cuck. I thought if I pissed him off enough with you, he would like get into gear and help us defeat her. That's like gonna be his angle.
Okay. But he can't, right? Like we currently believe that his powers have been extracted entirely.
I feel like the suggestion is he doesn't have his powers. So
and he hasn't the whole time because magic was hard.
He never had it before.
The 50 years prior.
So what? He failed the curse, and then she was like, "Here, I'll give them back while you're my prisoner."
I think maybe the argument is that he was allowed to keep the little bit that he had.
That wasn't anything. What could he do with that?
He could barely rearrange a room.
Rhysand says the reason he's trying to piss Tamlin off was to like get help, rally the troops. I don't know. It's stupid.
Can he talk in people's minds? Like, why isn't he like trying to have dialogue with these people?
Great fucking question.
Hey Tamlin, idiot, get mad. I'm trying to like get your power ready. We're gonna attack at dawn. Like why? Like there's none of that going on.
I don't know. So there's that part of this. If Amarantha knows Rhysand hates Tamlin, and she thinks he hates Tamlin in like a bad guy way, because like a bad night court man hates the good people, right?
Sure.
Then he could hypothetically rely on the fact that like, I want to be with her and torture her and sexualize her in front of Tamlin because I am evil.
See, now that works on some level.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying maybe.
No, there's a huge caveat.
No, there's a big but. It's insane for it not to come up and for him not to play that up in front of Amarantha. So he said we even like allude to it when he gives Feyre the bargain tattoo, and he's like, I can't wait for the big reveal for Tamlin. And so like if you wanted to get that into my head, like, okay, what's the reason Amarantha buys this? And it's like, because she believes Rhysand is like trying to personally torture Tamlin. That's why he needs to be with Feyre specifically. Then why did you not play up the reveal of the bargain tattoo? He announces it, first of all, directly to Amarantha. Why not have him go up to the dais, say to Amarantha, but then turn to Tamlin and like really taunt him.
Yeah.
And really go like, he never brings that up. He never like says anything directly to Tamlin. He doesn't say to Amarantha, like, I'm helping torture Tamlin. I'm like, oh, I've been dying for you to see this, Tamlin, like lift her arm up. Then I'd be like, oh wow, he's really playing into that. It's still tenuous at best, right? Being like, you know, I hate Tamlin, Amarantha. You are also mad at Tamlin. We're all mad at Tamlin because we want things from Tamlin, or we're pissed about things Tamlin did. But yeah, anyway, I could like see, so like focusing in on the I'm trying to upset Tamlin, I could see being an intentional ploy, maybe, despite the fact that I think also it makes sense for that to be a real feeling Rhysand is having. But I don't get why, like, then Rhysand doesn't do anything. He He doesn't say anything to Amarantha. He's never suggesting to Amarantha or playing it up in front of Amarantha that this is a fuck Tamlin move. No. And I don't, if that was the whole plan and that's why you're doing it, would you not try to sell that? Would you not be like going up there and being like, wait, this is kind of hot. Just like wait and see what I do with her tonight. Like, Amarantha, make sure to like move Tamlin's head so he's staring in our direction. Something like that. Something where I could be like, oh, look, Amarantha's getting in on this game. Like, yes. The two of them are like teaming up on Tamlin.
That would make more sense if Rhysand's actual double plan is to make Tamlin angry enough.
Correct. It actually kind of works. But instead, he like does barely anything, doesn't in any way like play it up
in
towards
Tamlin.
At
least 50% pisses Amarantha off.
No, what do you mean? I mean, she's 100%. It's suggested she's pissed. So now I'm like, so you guys are not buddy on that. She's not liking that you're pissing off Tamlin in this way. So now the plan doesn't make any sense anymore.
No, and then he like slinks off to the corner and has her like erotically dance for him, and it's like.
But so now Amarantha and Tamlin are both upset?
You pissed off the king and queen, and you're going to be allowed to just chill in the fucking VIP zone with your unlimited bottles of Stolies.
I could buy it if he was like, Amarantha, you're like trying to torture Tamlin. I'm joining you in that feat. Yeah. And they were both, like that villain laughing about it.
Perfect sense. Okay, that would be the right play.
Why is Amarantha getting upset and letting him do it? I don't get it.
And why is Amarantha unaware of any of this? Why is Rhysand going into her room when she forced all the High Lords to stay here for 3 months because of Feyre, because of this whole party?
He should be like, there should be like some special spell on her cell
100%.
Where like Rhysand is like getting like blasted by fireballs if he goes near her.
That just makes we just got like Brooklyn voiced. That's my fault. I get another Brooklyn voice.
Lest
red skin guards.
Lest you want to make it that Amarantha is really like getting off on and loving that Rhysand's trying to torture Tamlin in this way, but then she should be having like fun with it. She should be like laughing and giggling and goading him on and being like, do more, take her top off. I don't know.
And like, you got to give Rhysand agency because the audience is looking for him to be a sexual outlet, so I understand. But a hotter thing to do, because we're terrified of giving Amarantha bisexuality as a fairy queen, that's fucking ridiculous, but whatever. What if she pointed her whore at Feyre and said, go spin her up, make her make bargains with you, like fucking twist her head around?
There's a million things in this plot that should have been Amarantha's idea.
Yep.
But it's because then if you want to turn back around and look at this part and go like, I'm trying to sexualize Rhysand as this dark force who, it was hot that he did those things to Feyre. I mentioned this last time. It gets sort of like devalued when you're like, oh no, he was forced to, he didn't even come up with those things. Amarantha came up with those things and he just had to do them. Now he's a beta cuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let him be a beta cuck in the beta cuck scenario. They're all beta cucked. What's hot is when the beta cuck gets all their powers back and becomes ultimate dom.
Right, you want the tone switch. Like,
you want the tone switch. Let her be hot for now and bad, and then you don't have to worry about making Rhysand better because you made her do most of the bad stuff.
I don't know. It's just...
you can do it, but now you gave Rhysand full agency, full run of the keep, because she's not paying attention to anything, and also not doing anything. She's sitting next to... She's as useless as Tamlin is.
I know.
He's sitting there going like, no claws out, and she's sitting there being like, doesn't know what's happening in her own...
Rhysand's like, oh, I'm like cheating on you with somebody you hate, and she's like, oh... What can I do? What do you mean, what can you do? You can make him stop breathing.
That's what I mean.
You can make pain blossom from his feet all the way up to his head.
And I'd love to see it for a little bit. How about you start torturing some of these Fae? Her. Do it. You have all these powers.
Well, no, because like the same way when Tamlin got on his knees and he was not being ultimate strong daddy man, we were all like, ew. So like if she tortured Rhysand, he would become disgusting and then he could never be a love interest ever again.
This is what I call stupid ass shit. The world needs to have rules, has to have consistency. If she holds all the power, let her use it.
No, like, I don't think you understand that, like, when a daddy dom Rhysand is, like, in the room, like, there's just this aura, and, like, things are gonna be bending around him, and he wins. And he will never have to do anything that makes him look lesser than, because to fail in any capacity or to not be at the apex of power at all times means you're a fucking loser.
See, now that means, that makes me think, and no wonder all of these people are like, oh, Amarantha wasn't even bad, Rhysand was in charge of the whole thing, because you wrote him that way.
I know.
Nothing makes sense the way you're doing it. This story doesn't even hold its own water. Rhysand has free... Oh, he's her whore. First off, they barely even interact. There's no physical, like touch. There's no anything. There's nothing that, like, really cements that other than Lucien said it once.
And it's like, and yet, like, we don't see anything. We don't see any indication of it. Nothing, like, actually off-putting. Nothing. I mean, I get it. Later on, he's going to be like, this is what happened. And it's, like, technically upsetting if I were to, like, really be able to buy into it. But, like, nothing about how it's written makes me feel anything.
Because
and the problem is, she won't do it because this is intended to be, like, you're supposed to enter this portion of the story and be, like, horny through a lot of it.
Yeah.
And adding that element in, she either has to commit to enveloping it into the horniness. She's not going to be comfortable doing that. Or she has to sort of, like, interrupt the horniness by making it really off-putting, and she doesn't want to do that either. So then we just are like, let's just not... It's a fact. It's happening. You're supposed to feel really upset about it, but I will not give you anything that indicates it's happening that would make you feel upset about... Like, I won't do anything with it.
And it partially is because we are analyzing the text and not just reading it at lightning pace, which is what I think it requires to enjoy. But there's just such a... I am constantly being, like, broken out of the immersion because these things don't make sense.
Listen, granted, I'm finding way more shit to complain about by going slow, but I did read it at the lightning pace. I did this, right? I went through it. I picked it up. I was like, oh, I hope this is fun. I also hate people online are always like, you guys went into this book, like, not us, like, just anybody who doesn't like it. It's like, you went into this book looking to criticize it. Like, no, I didn't, actually. I actually was like, I bet I'm going to really like this. This sounds awesome. I was pumped. I remember buying it and being like, yes, I'm finally doing it. I think I'll love these hot fae men. And then I did the read it real quick maneuver, and I was taken out. I was constantly taken out. I was getting upset the whole, like, I was just like, what? Wait, what? Huh? What do you want me to think? Like, that was just my experience with it.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know what to say. Listen, and yes, I'm definitely a more critical reader, just inherently than a lot of people. My brain just is searching for the logical consistency, is searching for the through lines, is searching for the motivations for me to be able to, like, that's how I like to latch onto a story.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's not making sense. I, as the type of reader I am, feel frustrated by that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, going fast didn't really help me that much.
Okay.
We left off with the horror Rhysand doing a bad job, showing up and being like, haha, we made a bargain. Just the most boring reveal ever, even though he kept building it. He was building it up like, oh, don't show anyone. I can't wait to tell them. And he's just like, hello. Yeah, we did that. All right. And then,
we're going to sit in the corner now.
So then she danced. He put the paint on her. Hello. You keep saying on TikTok, did you see? I told you last episode that I was like, they keep using the paint as proof that Rhysand did not touch her. And what did you see in my TikTok comments? Rhysand never touched her without her consent. Oh my God.
Oh, you know,
and
yeah.
On top of that, but they specifically used the paint. In the comments, they said, no, because you could see that he only touched her hips because of the paint. No!
Yeah, I mean...
Why do we keep doing this?
I know we read it twice, but, like, it's right there.
It's right there.
He shows her, he can mess it up, and then he puts it back with magic. So...
But I said it last episode, I was like, they keep saying we can prove Rhysand... Because you were like, oh, Rhysand did that just to see that other people aren't touching her, which is true. But I was like, right, but the fans also keep using it as proof that he didn't touch her when that can't be true.
The whole thing doesn't make any sense for a couple of reasons. One, what is Rhysand going to the bathroom? Rhysand's a High Lord of Night. No one's rolling up on his girl the second he's gone. I think he could just magic it away to piss land.
He's just pissing into the...
Yeah, I think he's got a urethral magic sheath that like shunts it off into a demiplane. That's what I'm saying. Whatever. He's not pissing because he's got
I agree.
Magic
Who's
piss.
touching her and how? He's right there.
It doesn't... Why are we doing this?
So either... It doesn't make any sense. If they want to touch her and they're stronger than Rhysand, the paint doesn't change anything.
No.
You just have to watch as they took her away.
That's what I mean.
Or they can't touch her because he's there the whole time and he's so powerful they can't challenge him. In which case, what do we need the paint for? So anyway, we left off there. Feyre has drank a ton of bad
dark wine.
Fairy wine.
Yeah.
It's bad for you. She was really drunk. She was dancing and whatever. So she's super drunk. She's back in her cell now, and I guess it's morning. Who knows, right? She wakes up, she's vomiting. The like, I'm helping you psychologically by getting you out of your cage and putting you over here and whatever. It's like, does that even help if you can't remember any of it?
No,
I don't know.
Right?
Like, does it? I guess it's just making time go by faster, which could be good.
I don't know that I'd pick this 9 out of 10 days.
No, definitely not that much. Maybe like once a week. Yeah, I mean, it sounds bad. The hangover's really bad. And I think, like, yeah, we got to consider that when we were making our choice that this was like our good alternative to her sitting in the cell. Like, she is like, the room spinning. I keep throwing up. It's like, this is making her, number one, like very weak in a practical sense for her trials and such and her survival.
Okay, so yes. So that here's my question, right? So Rhysand in the future claims he was doing a good thing for her here. He brought her out. Maybe he had to. Maybe he
didn't have to.
Whatever. Maybe,
he did not.
Sure. So he brings her out for her goodness.
Her
so she's not depressed.
Good and his good.
Sure.
Good
whatever.
In a way.
Whatever.
Like,
keeping up appearances, being the whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then he brings her back to the you know, I keep saying the little velvet couch that he has over in the corner or something. And then he forces her to drink wine that makes her slutty dance and forget everything. And then apparently he's grinding on her hips and stuff. What part of that did he have to do?
I don't know.
And is removing her memory by forcing her to drink required for any of that? I'm very confused.
Well, I think
by the entirety of the... So maybe just don't be so sexual with her if you don't have to. And if you do have to, I think it's quite a bold thing to say, I'm just going to remove your memories so you don't have to deal with them. And then everyone's like, what a good man. So you sat a human girl down on your lap and like grinded on her for 12 hours or whatever you did. Gave her wine so that she would perform for you, which helps your plan once again. You're not a good person at this point. And then he forces her to do it every night up until her next trial. She's your only hope. She's not eating good.
Well, also,
she's getting drunk every day.
But the craziest part is like, I don't know, it's just everything about it is crazy. Because you're like, okay, maybe I could buy a little bit more if I was like, those red guys they won't stop coming into her cell and torturing her. And he's just trying to get her out of the cell.
We already stopped that.
But we already stopped.
Rhysand already took care of that.
We already stopped
Rhysand only made things super easy for him to be able to party every night.
Right, so I'm like, okay, I'm confused though. Because, so like we could have made it Amarantha said, we need to do lap dances. And then Rhysand was like, oh God, I guess I'll take one for the team.
If that happened, then Rhysand forcing her to drink the wine so she doesn't remember the things that Amarantha's forcing her to do would be a kindness. When he's forcing her to do it, now it's like, is that kind?
I don't know.
What is happening? What is happening? Tell me.
He thinks this was the only way. That can't be the only way.
This is not the only way.
But it's hard because so then let's be Doyalist. We're being Watsonian.
All right, let's be Doyalist.
Doyalist me says this is just...
This is porn?
This is
porn.
It's porn.
Okay.
And so like I can appreciate a crazy little plot here to serve me up.
I don't give a shit if it's
porn
from a truly porn.
Well, like, number one, it's like, there's so many things I need to be true for me to like that. Number one would have to be, if I said to Sarah, hey, was this porn? she'd have to say yes. And I'm not 100% confident she'd say no. I don't know. Maybe she'd say yes. I kind of think she'd say no, though.
She'd say no.
So I hate that.
Yeah.
Number two, I do want it to make sense. Like, I want you to give me a situation where, like, she has to give him a lap dance, but I'm like, damn, you crafted that in such a way. Like, granted, it's a ridiculous premise, but you crafted it in such a way that I'm like, it kind of makes sense. Like, I get high off of people who can do that.
Yes.
When I read something and I'm like, it's like such a hot, stupid, pornographic, even dark scenario, but I'm like, oh, you cooked so hard by like forcing us here.
Yes.
People really suck at it though, and like this, I think is almost like one of the worst. It like doesn't make sense.
It's difficult to do a lot. It's
know.
difficult to do well, but this is not an excuse. And then people really do get on their high horses. I just feel like people like really underplay how much they use and lean on these sexual tropes and these sorts of things to get reader attention.
Don't get me started.
And then get on their turn their nose up at, well, that's not what my book's about. And it's like, well, I don't know, but you be using it. But and I understand.
Sarah, but she's pretty like, yes, I am writing stuff to turn people on. Like, that's like one of the few things when I hear her speak publicly that I'm like, okay. Like, she's pretty like, she's not being like, this is not horny. Like, but this particular situation, this part of the book, I don't know if she'd say that.
Because it's not a good thing to say, but she did use it.
I think it's a good thing to say, but
it's not a good thing to say PR-wise.
Yeah.
People really get all weird when you start implying that the dark things turn people on. But then they be using the dark things. There's always
the truth.
There's always dark things. We always be going to the underworld of the psychology and getting turned on and then popping out back into the world and going, nah, none of that was good or it's in everything.
I know.
It's especially here. We're spending the latter third of the book underground in the sex dungeon, getting turned on, getting forced lap dances, parading around, big worms, lots of hot men coming into your jail cell and forcing you to do stuff, and women painting your whole body, including your private regions. This is an erotic section of a novel.
Yeah. But you wanting me to also take it seriously, like I said, when you if you craft something successfully where I'm like, this is a silly, like, porn-brained little section here, but you also somehow made it really function within the context of your story. You kind of can get me to do both, right? That's exciting, but also take it seriously because it fits into the plot. This doesn't work for me because while, yes, I see that you were trying to excite me and I appreciate that and I like some of it, it doesn't actually work within the story. So then when you, like, turn back around and you're like, take it so seriously, like what Rhysand did. He's so noble. He's so smart. What a good savior of the Fae and humanity. Like, I'm like, that part does not work. That part, you fucked that part up.
I like lap dances. Give me my award. Give me my medal. The fuck?
Every
Give me
time.
Fae lap dances. I will protect you all.
Lucian. Every time you're getting a lap dance from Lucian,
God.
you're like, this is to protect everyone.
This is for you.
This is to protect.
This is for you.
This is to protect everybody.
All right.
Yeah. So I just can't. I can't. Everything about this. Sorry for more ranting. But
We be ranting.
This whole section is really important for my problems. Like this is like where the nugget of like when I'm later as the story progresses and they're like, hey, here's where we're taking you. And I'm like, we are not allowed to go there, actually.
Yeah.
We can't.
We've put a big boulder.
No, we can't go there. Actually, it doesn't work. It's because of so much of this. So I need to get in here.
No, we gotta get these nooks and crannies need to be well explored.
Right. For Akamath. Yeah.
Also, where's the ACOTAR? Haven't seen him.
So it's nighttime. She's eating her dinner. Lucian shows up, and he's like, "Oh, it's so cold in here," and he gives her his cloak.
So
Aww. Sweet. He's looking at her, and she's still all painted. He says, "Look at all this, bastard." Okay, that's a normal reaction, by the way, to what he saw.
Yeah.
Because we will forever, from here on out, start being like, these two, Tamlin and Lucien, these two hating on Rhysand, believing the things he says. How could they? I'll never understand. But anyway, she says about her paint, thankfully, it was still intact, save for a few places on my waist. Which, again, I guess number one, we're supposed to conclude how wonderful nobody else touched her. That's good news. Number two, but again, why does it matter? If Rhysand can make them not touch her, okay, but whatever. It's proof for Feyre that nobody else touched her because she can't remember anything because he forced her to drink mind-wiping wine. And number two, we are suggesting that Rhysand didn't touch her, but that's not in any way real because he can rearrange the paint. Okay, so it just means nothing.
So either we're to believe that other people touched her on her waist.
No, I think it is implied
that Rhysand touched her.
Because I think we are, even though he didn't even it's already confusing as all fucking hell. Even if he said this, but he didn't even say, "I'm not going to reset the paint so you can see." Like, he didn't even say that.
No.
That's just something I'm supposed to extrapolate out.
I guess so.
And trust? Why?
Why? Yeah, why trust it?
Why would I trust that?
He has no... He has no...
Why does
reason
Feyre trust that? Feyre shouldn't trust it. Why would she? Why would I?
Why would she trust any of it? And it's not even said. So why am I supposed to intuit it?
There's so many missing steps here. She asks Lucien what happened last night because she doesn't remember. He says, "I don't think you want to know." What does that mean? What does that mean? She's looking at the smudges on her waist where it looks like a hand was. She says, "Who did that to me?" He says, "Who do you think?"
Okay. So when people say Rhysand did not touch her without her consent, at the very least, canonically, two hands on her waist, and she doesn't remember.
She didn't consent to that. And I have no issue with the book being everybody's morally gray. Everyone's morally gray. I'm not trying to, I don't want to read a book where it's like,
everyone's like, oh.
Rhysand, where like he had to ask for consent before, like whatever. But it's the hypocrisy. It's the holding Tamlin. It's the, Rhysand never did any of that. Yes, he did. He can, if you like him, just be like, yeah, he did all that fucked up shit. I still like him. I understand that.
I'm not coming for you.
I understand that.
I will let you get off scot-free.
Right. I think you're crazy if you say the only way I can like him is if he never did bad things, and now I'm going to claim he never did these things that he did.
I know.
What are you talking
Nightmare
about?
Man, Assassin King, never did anything wrong. I mean, like, we've seen him do 12 or 13 things already in this one book, and he's 500 years old.
Right.
He's probably not good. That's okay.
Just for the interesting... Like, just for it to be interesting, right? So she asked, did Tamlin see when Rhysand was touching her? And Lucien's like, yeah, but he was only doing it to, like, get a rise out of Tamlin.
Okay.
She says, she says, did it work? Okay.
So, now we start
all right,
talking about where Feyre's head is at.
Where is it at? Where is it at? Did it work?
Did it work? How does that make you feel?
Weird.
Immediately, like, okay, all right.
So here's what I think you're supposed to feel with that, like with her being like, his claws aren't coming out. Oh my god, did he get upset? We are supposed to, and a lot of people read it this way. Like, what Sarah intended, they took it. They loved it. Where we're supposed to be like, I'm so mad at Tamlin right now. I'm so mad at him for not being a man, being enough of a man, I guess, and abandoning her, despite being like, don't come here because I can't help you. We're supposed to be so upset that like Feyre kind of like doing these little pleas. We're supposed to be like, that's so sad. That's so sad. Oh my god, Feyre.
He's impotent. He's not getting erect and angry for you.
Yeah.
But also his anger and erectness is bad. When his claws come out, when he bites you sexually in a way you enjoy on the neck, that's bad. That's bad masculinity. But when he stays passive in what is certainly snipers trained on your head, neck, and throat at every fucking angle possible so that if they all shoot at once, you will just be missed. The equivalent of that magically. You are in the belly of the beast right now, and he's holding it together so well, and you're getting fucking like teased and played with in front of him, and you know what kind of guy he is. He's full of rage. He's this big lion man, and he's holding it together like stone for you. And that's bad.
But, like, I'm always trying to be like, okay, so say lap dance night, he did get mad and let it out.
Yeah.
I need someone to tell me, these people that are like, that's what should have happened, I'm so upset. Write out for me, from point A to point Z.
Yeah.
Every step of what should have occurred that wouldn't have just ended in him dying,
double homicide. Yeah,
Feyre maybe what were the actions he was gonna take
that
were gonna magically?
He'll turn and he'll uppercut Amarantha, and she'll spin over the throne, and then quicker than anything, lightning. He'd up to Rhysand and then gut him and pull his entrails out, and then he'd grab Feyre under one arm, leap onto the cave wall. The ACOTAR is up there, bites his head off, right? Spits it out. Goes back to Amarantha, pulls out his power, gets all the powers, goes, blows up under the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Takes Rhysand's power, throws it in the ocean, throws Rhysand in a volcano, comes back to the Spring Court, marries her right there. That's what should have happened.
That is amazing. Like, I bet that could have happened. Yeah, like that was just available. He knew that too. Like he was sitting there and he was like, I could do that.
He's like, there's only a 95% chance of success, so I won't go for it.
Yeah, he was like, I really think that's available, but like I'm tired. I'm just like not in the mood.
I'm
not in the mood.
I gotta eat more. Like my belly's a little upset. I haven't been able to like be happy lately. I don't
get like I just have like I don't think there is a like they're literally getting mad at him for an impossibility.
Yes,
which I was like, I don't really understand.
And I'm tired of that because we don't like when men get upset, reasonably so.
Right.
We really shouldn't be upset at men for not getting upset when it will just result in failure and death.
But it mirrors perfect the scene with Rhysand in the dining room and the kneeling and everything. Him putting aside his pride to save everybody, like making that choice. I can't see there was any other option. There was no other option. He doesn't have his powers. I don't so I'm like, I can't understand what you guys want him to do. I don't know what you wanted him to do. Why wasn't that actually the top tier decision in that moment?
Don't know.
And like we're just doing it again. There wasn't another. I don't know. The only way this could work is like if you wanted me to be upset about it, I need to see, number one, what the other option was, or options, like what were they, and then you need to tell me, why didn't he take them? There has to be a reason. It can't just be like he just did it. It's like he doesn't want to be here, so his motivation right now is I do want to be out of here.
Yes.
So if there are options and he's aware of them, you need to give me motivation for him deciding not to do it.
Correct.
I don't think either of those things are here. Feyre and Lucien are still talking. She asks, did it work, about if Tamlin got pissed off that she was with Rhysand. I still couldn't look Lucien in the face. I knew at least that I hadn't been violated beyond touching my sides. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know that, actually. Why does she think she knows that? Why does she think she knows that when we just saw what we saw?
I don't know.
Did we forget? Is Feyre stupid? Which option?
Did Sarah not intend for it to be read that way, even though that's exactly what happened?
Intend for it to be read what way?
I don't know. Well, like, we put the paint on you, and then he showed you how it works, and then reset it, because he can only do that like once, and then
well, say that. Just say that.
I'm well aware. Okay. I know. But like, did she just write the scene wrong? And was like, no, I put the fuck.
Okay, but why an editor? I'm not an editor. I'm not trained in this.
No.
It's right there. Feyre's like, what was I doing the whole time? And then he's like, he had you dance for him most of the night. And when you weren't dancing, you were sitting in his lap. What kind of dancing? And then Lucian's like, not the kind you were doing with Tamlin at summer solstice.
So, once again, lighthearted, Choice is entirely hers. She wanted to drink.
I
Lucien
know.
tried to stop her.
She...
Tamlin said, let her do it.
Yes.
Then she danced super free, and it was the happiest day of her life.
From the murkiness of my memories of last night, I recalled the closeness of a certain pair of violet eyes. Eyes that sparkled with mischief as they beheld me. Now, we have two options here. Is he actually really upset he's doing all of this, and Feyre made that up?
Okay.
Because then we're back to, I guess you're trying to get across to me that Feyre's really unreliable. And she just makes a bunch of shit up, which she does. Whether you want me to think she does or not, I'm not sure. But if he
Changes on the day.
If he actually hated this, and there was no mischief in his eyes, then I guess I gotta file away. Well, Feyre just makes shit up. I don't trust a word she says.
Whoa.
I don't even know if it looks different.
Our bad dog kicked the camera, so if we're
She's
suddenly
she's
askew,
under the table and she kicked it. Anyway, we fixed it.
Put a photo of Luna.
Okay.
For the people.
All right. She kicked it.
Luna.
So anyway, that's one option. Or the other option is he was feeling mischievous. That's the way more interesting option.
Yeah. Agreed.
The way more fun and interesting reading is that, like, he's a little bad. He's at least a little bad and liked the lap dances.
But, like, why can't he be a little bad?
Because then you'd be bad, and then you'd be bad.
But he's the Lord of Night. Let him be a little bad.
If you like him and he did a bad thing, then you're bad. You have to be good.
Let me be a little bad.
You have to be good
and
all the time.
I get all of these people reading these books being like, oh, they're a dark couple. This is supposed to be. They're the villains. Like, it's the way it's supposed to be. Because, like, she's staring gleefully into poisoned veins on a woman's leg. And, like, he's did something with Claire Bedore up there. Like, they're both bad. And that's okay. And that's kind of fun. And if Sarah could agree with that sentiment instead of just whoopsing herself into writing it or whoopsing herself into my audience will love this.
It's just the psychology. Everyone's obsessed with I deserve and I'm allowed to like whatever I want to like.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unfortunately, for most human beings, bundled down at the bottom there is a little bit of something a little saucy, something a little naughty, right? And so they're like, I would never give up. Like, you know, that's what like some of these Christians are doing, right? They're like, I know that's there, and I'm like dedicating my life to like chastising myself and doing self-flagellation to not ever interact with that part of me. These people are like, I'm not doing that. No. I'm allowed. Give it to me. But also, it's good. I'm good. Nothing's bad about it. Let's make it good. Let him be bad. His eyes were sparkling with mischief. I believe it.
He's a dark cat man with.
I hope it was.
Yeah.
So she's like, I was like dancing in front of everyone, and.
Okay. Good we did it twice to her.
Yes, Lucien replied more gently than I'd heard him speak to me before. I stiffened. I didn't want his pity.
She's only mad when he's pitiful because she kind of wants. Didn't you like it a little, like all me dancing in front of everyone?
Get the fuck out! I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Feyre likes this shit. She likes being paraded out. She thinks she's hot. She wants the attention on her to not be filled with pity. She's like, I was an empowered woman, roofied in front of all the fairies. Like, I didn't want his pity. Oh, but look at when she bristles and when she doesn't. She bristles at Lucien being nice. She fights the feeling of someone being nice to her. Someone being sorry for her. That she can't allow. I
know, but like she's been like that. Man.
I know, and it suddenly evaporated with him. With Rhysand. Everything he's doing is suddenly permissive. And
maybe that's just what mates are all about.
And she goes out of her fucking way the first time the concept of mates are introduced to say, it's not the best system. You kind of act crazy when you have a mate. You do bad things. So yeah, if they're mated, which some people say
I think you actually are supposed to forget that. Damadied. That's not true. We decided that wasn't going to be important. So like literally we're like, Lucien saw something happen that, like, yeah, objectively, he, for a very reasonable sequence of thoughts, was probably like, I feel bad for Feyre. That's normal. And then he came and he's being gentle with her to be like, you're vomiting. And the bad man is making you be naked and dance in front of everybody. And you didn't agree
naked,
to that. I'm so
shaking.
sorry that happened to you. And she's like, actually, like, fuck you. Actually, like, stop. It's like, this is normal. This is a normal reaction.
I agree.
So he sees the tattoo. He's looking at the bargain tattoo. Lucian's like, why'd you do that? You knew I would come help you. Like, what was that about? She says, I was dying. I had a fever. I was barely able to stay conscious. How was I supposed to know you'd come? That you even understood how quickly humans can die of that sort of thing. You told me you hesitated that time with the Naga. I don't even know how those things are related.
They're not. It's weird. And she's just reiterating all the thoughts that were in her head when Rhysand was talking to her. But
yeah, like, I know. But like, I guess the thought maybe there is like, coming to save me is a little risky under here. And I know you have a self-preservation streak with the Naga. He says, I swore an oath to Tamlin. He's kind of being annoying too in a way.
Yeah, like he didn't meet any of the allegations there. I swore an oath.
I don't know what
off screen, not to me, so that doesn't
whatever. Yeah. I don't know, Lucian.
But that doesn't change anything to her.
We still love you, sexy boy, but I don't know how much sense you're making right now.
It's all right.
And then she's like, I had no other choice. You think I'm going to trust you after everything you said to me at the manor? I guess just what, like early on when he was being like, I don't care if you die, you're.
Yeah.
But it's really weird after he risked his life, got whipped, all of these things to save her. And once again, Feyre also seems incapable of comprehending that, like I keep saying, even if they hate her, they probably want her to win.
Yes.
So it's like
that too.
Lucian, if you're saying, hey, you're the self-preservation guy, well, the self-preservation guy probably wants me alive.
Yeah.
To get out.
And Lucian is characterized as the self-preservation guy with an actual heart of gold.
I know,
That's how
you're
he's
right.
characterized. This reminds me, like, some people just could never let anything go. And she's just like,
I don't know if,
here's all of this shit that you did to me. Like, I'm in this situation because of you right now.
She could be maybe in her negative feeling mind right now for a gazillion reasons,
absolutely.
Right?
Dark wine hangover being one of them. But.
I'm not, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like she's coming across as stupid, which then I know everybody's gonna be like, well, she's only 19 and this and that, which again, but then the same people are also gonna be like, and she should rule everybody. Like, don't say she shouldn't. Okay, well, pick a lane, okay? But fine, even if my conclusion here was supposed to be, oh, look, we're seeing that Feyre is dumb and she can't think past, like, basic thoughts right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work for me because everyone's this dumb.
Yeah.
Everybody's this stupid in this book.
I know.
So it doesn't feel unique to her. It's just in a whole line of every character being a dumbass. It is the IQ ceiling where I'm like,
the granite IQ
it's
max.
Too low. And that would be effective. Everyone else being really fucking intelligent and Feyre being uniquely dumb.
That could be fun.
Would be fun. But like, I'm just like, she's just as dumb as Amarantha. She's just as dumb as Rhysand. She's just as dumb as Tamlin. They're all stupid. I don't know. He says, I risked my neck for you during that task. He did.
Yeah.
Was that not enough? You offered up your name for me. After all that I said to you, all that I did, you still offered up your name. So he's being like, obviously you kind of do think there's something good about me and you kind of trust me because otherwise why not just let me die, right?
Yeah.
And he says, didn't you realize I would help you after that, oath or no oath? I don't, it also is like, it maybe, because we're going to find out this is negative for Lucian and Feyre, right? We're gonna find out that Lucian, in fact, was ill from his whipping, couldn't heal. Which we literally said, we were like, why wouldn't she assume maybe he's unwell? I think makes it kind of stupid on his part because you're like, okay, well, you couldn't come, so maybe it was too late. It just was taking too long and she had to do this, so relax. But also for Feyre, you're like, what's wrong with you that never crossed your mind?
Once again, and I think I said it in an earlier episode, having Amarantha after the task force Feyre to watch the whipping of Lucian while she's like all like feverish and then throwing her in her cell and then really just tripling down on the dread of no one's coming for me. That would have been very effective, and then Rhysand really had her cornered. Would have been a great way to roll all that in.
It's weird because you are like, I feel like we had a whole arc and trajectory with Lucian where we're like, we went from mistrustful to trusting to whatever. We ended up in trusting I'm going to give my name for his life. And then to just go like, we're back down here. You're like, what? Why all of a sudden?
Feyre is giving her name for Lucien, and then the very next line, didn't you realize that I would help you after that oath or no oath? And then she says in her head, I hadn't realized it would mean anything to him at all. It's like, you didn't?
Yeah.
Do you even believe that?
I don't know. That seems
Is that
crazy.
just some weird self-sacrificial line that she's selling herself?
That this man in the depths of mind torture, having you take it upon yourself to save him and risk your life, you didn't think he'd have any emotional reaction to that? None? It's a really weird take.
It is a weird take, and it's either like part of her Fey racism or part of it, whatever. But it almost feels like a shield. It's not real. Feyre needs to be the ultimate self-sacrificer. No one else is even really like on her level. Like that's kind of like how she
Maybe
acts.
Rhysand. He's allowed. I haven't
seen this man sacrifice a damn thing yet.
He's getting lap dances.
He's getting lap dances and wine. He's hanging out at the club.
I feel like Lucian's giving her a weirdly hard time about this.
Yeah.
When it's like, it was extenuating circumstances and you couldn't help at that moment.
Yep.
She's taking a weird stance though of being like, actually, like, I've never trusted you and I hate you and that's why I had to do it. She says I had no other choice. I don't think she necessarily did have another choice,
no,
right?
Not
so
really.
I'm like,
for a million trillion reasons.
Right, like, okay.
She's in a hole potentially dying or not dying, and a man who can or cannot change her thoughts and mind is telling her to do something.
Yeah.
She's going to do it or she's going to die.
I don't know. I'm not really putting anything on Feyre for making the bargain. That's all on Rhysand, okay?
Yeah.
That's not a Feyre-ism.
This line, don't you understand what Rhys is? And it's like, you can't be coming at this girl with all this heat and still give him his pet name. Like, I don't know. Is he like evil to you or not? Then he doesn't get called Rhys in this moment. Don't you understand what Rhys is?
Like, who?
Like he's a mean girl at the soiree.
I'm trying to think, like, who's like a public figure.
The devil, Lucifer, and they're just like, Luke is a really bad guy. Like,
Luke!
You can't trust Luke. You know this.
Yeah, don't you understand what Rhys is? She says, I do. It's done with. So you needn't hold whatever oath you swore to Tamlin, or feel like you owe me anything for saving you from Amarantha. I would have done it just to wipe the smirk off your brothers' faces. I don't know why she's to me, this kind of feels like it's coming out of nowhere, her being like, don't even try to help me. If you've been dying for everyone to come help. You should take any help you can get.
This is a psychological pattern. I have to say. This is a crazy person.
Oh, maybe you could just be acting out in this moment with him. Like, I'm just confused. I'm like, I don't understand. You know he's risking a lot. Literally his life and the life of like a billion people. Yeah. To come help you. He does consistently keep trying. I understand it was upsetting he like failed that one time. But
yeah.
We're going to find out why, and it was a good reason. He literally couldn't do anything about it. Yeah. And it's like, I just don't understand why she's being like, don't even help me. You need help. Of course you do.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Yeah. I can go out in the fairy woods by myself. You guys don't have to help me, blah, blah, blah. Until every time.
You do.
Until every time. Because you're also getting mad at him for not coming to help you with the Naga and not coming to help you when you were dying. And not coming. You need his. Or if you don't need his help, then you can't be mad that he didn't come help you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're mad he didn't come help you? Because you really need his help. So why are you saying you don't need his help?
There's a nexus of self-persecution, self-aggrandizement, and victimhood
exactly.
that is core to Feyre at this point.
Yeah.
And this is just another example of it. And it's weird because it's like Dances with Wolves / Pandora. Like, someone kidnapped Feyre, put her with the Na'vi, and then she ends up like getting the Na'vi body and being like, I suffer from the Na'vi pains of being too tall more than any of you.
Literally.
It's like, I don't know. Like, it kind of feels like shit you coming in here at all and saying anything right now, but...
Yeah. He makes a joke about, like, I guess you didn't bargain away your stubbornness to Rhysand. And then she says, no, just a week of my life every month. And then Lucien, him being like, we'll see about that when the time comes. He's still, through all of her being like, fuck you, I hate you, you're a bad man. And he's like, oh, I'm going to try and get you out of this bargain. That's really nice.
Yeah.
I will, and Tamlin and Lucien being like, we're concerned about the evil man doing a bargain with you long term. We're like, they are just so controlling. They are just.
Why won't they let her just spend 1 week a month?
Yeah, right.
With this cool guy who wants to buy her stuff.
Like, exactly.
And just like, blow her back out. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What the rules were, just total slavery for 25% of every month? Okay.
Yeah.
Could be all right, Let her have the freedom to experience that.
No, exactly. Like, it's honestly just about agency.
It's agency.
So Lucian's like, I gotta go before the guards change. Feyre's like, sorry, Tamlin had to whip you. Oh, yeah, that's kind of bad, right?
Whoopsie.
Like, the only physical violence Feyre has experienced is that one ACOTAR beatdown.
It's still so funny. Keep going.
He's like, yeah, actually, I didn't come visit you sooner because I got whipped. And actually, Amarantha used our power. Who's our?
Who fucking knows?
Used our powers to keep me from being able to heal from the whipping. I actually haven't been able to move until today.
What a weird thing, right? What an extremely weird. First off, like, he's not a High Lord, so his powers I don't think got stolen. I guess maybe they did
because she gave them back. They must have.
So everyone's powers. Who's our?
Who's our?
The rest of the Fae? So like just any power you'd call our power?
I don't know.
That's like me getting shot and being like, because I'm a citizen who could buy a gun. Our gun shot me. It's not she didn't use your power against me.
Well, I don't know, unless she did, but then why wouldn't you say my
then you
power?
Would say she used my own power against me. That has a direct
used
meaning.
That's
our power.
But I'm like, okay, so when she steals powers, she can use the powers. I thought they were sitting in her.
We don't know.
In her chest, or
we don't know.
What
anything.
Did they describe? They described it so specific. It was like,
it's in her body.
It's in her
body,
body,
but like not able to be readily used all the time.
Okay, so she can do other our powers, maybe not the High Lords. That's I don't know.
I guess.
But she's got powers, man. She stopped him from healing, and that is why he's not here. She doesn't really say anything. She tries to give him the cloak back, and he's like, "Oh, keep it. I stole it off of a guard." Very nice.
The guards will love that when they see that in your fucking cage. By the way, is she a contraband in there?
Oh god,
who's doing this shit? We can't fuck with her because Rhysand said, "Oh god."
No, but keep letting people in. Keep letting people in.
Keep letting people in. Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine.
I'm sure we couldn't put an eyeball spell over her to monitor anything. No way.
No.
So but I just like, they were like, oh, in the dim light, the embroidered symbol of a sleeping dragon glimmered. Amarantha's coat of arms. Number one, how would you know that? Number two,
It's so late. It's so late in the
right?
Day
literally,
to be introducing Amarantha's coat of arms on a guard's cloak.
Like, where did that come from?
Why was that not on the door when we came in? Why is it not on her throne?
Number two, please. I'm making a request. Has this ever meant anything? Why is it included?
First off, are there dragons? Do we see another dragon in this entire...
I don't remember.
So we had worm spelled in the draconic way.
But
just
there is a dragon.
Why is Amarantha's
I want to
sigil,
know.
the never fading flower sigil
is not a flower.
Is a dragon?
It's a dragon. Tell me. Maybe it means something with Hybern. I don't know. Guys, tell me, does the dragon mean anything?
The dragon of Hybern, yeah.
When does the dragon come into play? Stop. Lucien says, before he leaves, he says, besides, I've seen enough of you through that gown to last a lifetime. And then she flushes. Once again, we're always using Lucien as a titillation tool.
Yep.
And I like it. I mean, wait, is Tamlin all right? I mean...
The 11th hour. We finally asked.
That spell Amarantha has him under... It makes him so silent. This is fishing. She
100%.
Doesn't actually believe that.
How about you just ask the fucking question? Why isn't he reacting?
Like, Lucien, what do you know about the state of Tamlin? Does he have powers? Is he under a spell? Have you spoken to him?
That spell that he's under, why won't he look at my body when I'm dancing? Do you know? Do you think he liked my body? Or do you think Amarantha's spell or something made him not look at me?
Oh my god. Lucien says, there's no spell. I do think it's funny because, like, I need to know how much interaction have Lucien and Tamlin have had. Why does he even know that? How does he know that?
He's just hanging back with the bros.
Hasn't it occurred to you that Tamlin is keeping quiet to avoid telling Amarantha which form of your torment affects him most? She says, no, it hadn't occurred to me. And that's not even true. She did think it at least one time very early on. She did think it.
I know.
No, it didn't occur to me. That's not true, actually. Why are you even why are you lying and making yourself look worse?
Why are you lying to me? Shut the fuck up. Don't lie to me. I'm reading your book. Shut up.
I'm in your head, okay?
I'm in your head.
He says he's playing a dangerous game, though. We all are. I mean, sure. It sounds like everyone trying whatever mode they think is going to work. They all sound kind of shitty, and they all sound like you don't know if it's going to work, and that's it. I don't know, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so we skip to the next night. Once again, ghosts are watching you.
I'm sorry, this is just me at the club.
Where you're, like, just having a terrible time.
Yeah, oh yeah, sorry.
You're crying in there. So she's washed, painted, and brought to the throne room. Not a ball this time. Just some evening entertainment. What are they doing in there?
That's what I'd like to know.
What are they doing?
So Rhysand once again had to do this again.
He had to do
for
it
just
again.
The night.
Then very next night, he couldn't be like, "Oh, she's hungover and vomiting. I'm not taking her out." For like maybe every other night.
Every other would be
so she
nice.
could recover.
Yeah.
And then somebody said in the comments, why didn't he send the ghosts to just go like be nice to her and spend time with her in her cell? And it's like, I don't know. Wouldn't that have been nice? They could talk.
They don't talk to her once.
They could put a cold washcloth on her head. They could braid her hair.
They could do that.
Why not?
Things you like.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, pretty ghost girls doing all that to you.
Yeah.
I'd send them if I could.
Just some evening entertainment, which it turned out was me. After I drank the wine, though, I was unaware of anything that was happening. Okay. This goes on night after night. Thus, I became Rhysand's plaything. The harlot of Amarantha's whore. Would have loved to have seen that, like, the early episode, this episode, us talking about if it was Amarantha commanding Rhysand to do this, blah, blah, blah. That whole chain of command would be very interesting to watch. But instead you were like, Amarantha didn't come up with any of this. Amarantha's angry about it. It was all Rhysand's idea. Where it's like, so that's not real. Like,
no.
That's kind of falling flat for me.
And that is posited as a bad thing somewhat in a way because, like, her station should not allow for, like, she was brought so low. And I'm like, you're a poor 19-year-old human girl. You're lucky that you fit into this equation at that level.
Well, I guess Rhysand is going to be like, correct. And that was my goal, was to at least get her there. But it's like, they need her. Feyre is not just like without the trials and everything, she's not just like random prisoner that we're like fucking around. Like,
no,
we have
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we keep being like, Amarantha's obsessed with these trials. Amarantha's like, that's her one thing she's focused on. And that kind of has to be true for Amarantha letting her live even make any sense at all. It has to be that she's obsessed with the trials and the fun and the this and the that. And then she needs Feyre to be alive.
Yeah. What I hate too is like why is this taking 3 months? I understand the fairies of it all, the magic. Show me, tell me why on the full moon, any of that, other than we're paying lip service to like Celts.
She just has like a taste for it, you know, like it's just a mild preference.
My cup is more full on the moon nights. Like, what are we doing? Even that line would be something.
So she's like, I awake with vague shards of memories of dancing between Rhysand's legs as he sat in a chair and laughed, of his hands stained blue from the places he touched on my waist, my arms, but somehow never more than that. Also, well, I'll finish. He had me dance until I was sick, and once I was done retching, told me to begin dancing again. This is kind of like
torture.
That's intense. It's an intense thing to be doing to her. I can't with the people in my comments. Rhysand never did anything that she didn't consent to. This is, come on.
We're so far past that.
We're so beyond that. And Which
this is cult shit. This is like...
But, like, okay. If I'm to believe, though, also, that
Yeah.
he's trying to convince us, like, I am bad and I'm assaulting this human girl because I'm so bad and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he puts the paint on her for God knows what reason. At this point, I have no idea what the purpose of it is. But it should also prove to Amarantha and everyone else around that he is only touching her. If that's true,
Yeah.
he's only touching her waist. Wouldn't you go like, why are you like not fucking her? Like, what even is this? You're bringing her out here, you're just touching her waist, man? Why?
That's what...
Okay, so you're not being bad. So you're not crossing any lines.
And he doesn't have the ghost girls dancing with her to obfuscate. He's
Right.
not only doing it for one night.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing...
At some point, we're making it like everyone's watching.
It's like,
so if everyone's watching, they would be like, wow, this is boring.
Yeah.
My guy literally isn't doing anything at all to her.
Shadow Man's not like fucking, I don't know, like deep throating her on the floor at all. Like nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening.
He's just like... Yeah, yes,
yeah,
Feyre.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just touch the waist. Just hold the waist.
Which Amarantha should be like, Rhysand, why the fuck you even doing this?
Feyre, don't dance so kinky.
Yeah.
Oh, up and down only, please.
I'm just saying, if it's actually this vanilla and innocent, I think they'd all be like, this is boring, Rhysand, and I actually have no idea why you're doing any of this, because it doesn't seem like you're attracted to her. You're not even touching her.
Wait till you see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bright orange gown, same dance.
So I think that's weird. And then, yeah, if he is, in fact, selling it, like he's being like, no, I'm being a horny bastard with this girl, well, then guess what? He must have been touching her elsewhere. She's saying she's the entertainment of the night. So they're all standing around watching her give him this innocent, chaste lap dance. He's like, only the waist.
So much so that Lucien has pity for her. So what is happening?
What is that? Is it slutty or not?
I think it's slutty. I
Is
have
it-
to think it's slutty. I have to think that he is erasing his...
Don't you feel like
marks.
we are trying to do both?
Yes.
We're trying to be like,
Yeah.
it's horrifying and bad enough to convince all the worst people in the whole entire world that this makes sense and he's being a bad guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So that suggests it's really bad.
Yep.
But we can't have him be really bad. So actually what's happening on these evenings is that he's just being a good boy, and it's really not that scandalous. Actually, barely anything happened. Well, then
Then the cave of supervillains is going to be like, why are
why
you
are
doing
we doing
this?
this? This is boring.
He's either being really depraved with her,
Yeah.
which we like the idea of, and he's wiping her mind, changing the pattern of prints so that she has no clue for her benefit later. Or he's doing this chaste little dance, and then that doesn't make any sense. So it's one or the other.
Pick one.
But the one where he's good to her is illogical.
It's
And you need
illogical.
to admit that.
The plot
so
doesn't
then
make
you have
sense
to say,
anymore.
this story's kind of dumb. Or Rhysand was really bad to Feyre, and then roofied her and wiped her mind, or whatever he did, and changed the body prints so that she was not aware of that.
Yes.
And if that's what you think, that's not the activities of a good person.
Like, I think somebody could write a story about a guy who did that and is bad. It's bad. Maybe he was, if we did a better job being like he had to do it, whatever. But what I need you to do is be like, the romance that comes out of that is pretty dark.
Correct.
And it's messed up.
That's what I'm saying.
And Rhysand has to either live with the guilt, he has to continue to just be like a kind of fucked up person, and it could even be a little romantic in its darkness.
Of course.
But like, it needs to have an edge to it. This like wholesome, like, oh, my good boyfriend, my feminist boyfriend. No, and I guess that only works if this wasn't scandalous. But then your plot makes no sense. So,
and this is not to say that people cannot be redeemed.
Yeah.
I just want to state that because that's always someone else's thing.
Yeah.
So what, people can't get better? It's like, no, they can. Although, where's that energy for Tamlin? But whatever. He's bad here, canonically.
yeah.
No matter what you want to say, I don't want to listen. At this point, he's done enough bad things that he's bad here. It is titillating. That's why you like it. Whatever. but he's bad here. If he is to become good by owning up to that, making amends, doing things that change his activities, and not just say, I am absolved because right. I needed to and you needed to deal with it, and that's that. We all like a gray anti-hero that, like, in the end chooses good, or, like, will make a sacrificial play for whatever. But, my God, stop dancing around the fact that this is not a good man's activity. And it's illogical.
But I do think, again, if it were an Amarantha forced thing,
yes,
then I would have a really different tune about it.
Yeah. And it was right there.
I know.
She just didn't want to allow for, I guess, the bisexuality. Maybe it makes Amarantha too cool. Maybe, I don't know what it does.
I don't know.
She's keeping everything way too separate for who the fuck knows what reason.
She always feels completely drained from the dancing, ill and exhausted. She sleeps a ton in her cell. When I entered the throne room, I was allowed only a glimpse of Tamlin before the drug of the wine took hold. But every time, every night, just for that one glance, I didn't hide the love and pain that welled in my eyes when I met his. There's a little romance and sadness to that.
Yeah.
Right? But I do feel like the narrative and the way everyone acts, like, I'm not supposed to feel bad for him. And I do.
Of course.
This is... I don't know. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for him. I feel like if technically, even within the context of Rhysand's plan, fake plan, Amarantha, everything, if he was really visibly getting upset by this, would we not up the ante?
Yeah.
Would we not be like, she's naked next time?
She never gets a gown. She's
on her hands and knees. Like, would we not? It's finally he's responding.
Yep.
Finally he's responding. Kick it up a notch. Is that not like what would occur?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I don't know. We're like at a specific dancey wine night. Her dress is blood orange now.
Sick.
Cool. She's like, doing her bath painting dress moment. And Rhysand comes in the room and he says, your second trial is tomorrow night. She says, so? What do you mean, so? What do you mean, so?
Yeah.
He says, it could be your last. She says, if you're taunting me into playing another game of yours, you're wasting your breath.
Aren't you going to beg me to give you a night with your beloved?
I'm trying to understand this. Is this, he wants that, I think?
Yeah.
Honestly, Rhysand's coming and being like, Feyre, why don't you care about Tamlin? Like, what's up with that?
I'm trying to get him upset, but you really don't seem to give a shit about Tamlin. I know you're trying to shoot love into his eyes, but...
I'm not sure why he wants...
I think it's just to put the idea in your head that she could be sleeping with him these nights, but she's not, because they will be meeting at some point, right? So maybe it's like an advanced warning of the possibility.
I don't know. I'm not sure what his angle is here.
I think his angle is she's got an eyeball on her hand that he could watch from.
She's like, no, because, like, I'll have that night and all the other ones after I beat her final task. I do think that Feyre should be like, is that an option? I get maybe she's trying to, like, not get him to corner her into, like, another bargain, like, tempting bargain moment. Sure. I wonder if you were this prickly with Tamlin when you were his captive. She says, he never treated me like a captive or a slave. I don't know that Feyre felt that way.
She did. She definitely felt that way.
That he did
treat her like a captive, for sure. Feyre is saying that Rhysand makes her feel like a captive and a slave right now.
Yeah, but they're like... but this goes back to my rant from the end of the last episode, because they're going to be like, wait, but it's different, because, like, Rhysand had to keep her as a captive slave under the mountain for her own good, because he's trying to help and get everyone out. Yeah, Tamlin too. Captive slave moment. Tamlin also exact goal.
Yeah, okay. So
one for one.
Just so we're on the same page.
Let's just wipe wipe it clear.
We can wipe the chalkboard on both sides. Not with the shame of his father and brother's brutality always weighing on him, the poor noble beast. But perhaps if he'd bothered to learn a thing or two about cruelty, about what it means to be a true High Lord, he would have kept the spring court from falling.
So we are trying to juxtapose them, right? Of like, Tamlin is noble. He has all this guilt. He's always trying to be good. That's what I take from that, right? And Rhysand is saying, I see him as weak.
Yes.
Because he wants to be a good person. Mm-hmm. And I'm willing to weaponize cruelty and badness,
The way
like
I'm
he's
supposed
doing
to.
now,
Yes.
to get good results. Those are good. I was like, I'm great with those characterizations. I'm
Absolutely.
loving those characterizations. That is what this book has felt like so far. Tamlin is like sometimes having bad results because he is so racked with guilt and trying to be good so hard.
Yeah.
And that's like maybe not the most effective, but like he's really trying to be noble.
Yes.
Rhysand is saying, I will get great results by being ruthless. I will do bad things. And that's fine, but that's once again, so that it gets really weird though when we're like, no, Tamlin's not noble. Tamlin's never been noble. Tamlin has no noble, like, thoughts at all. Tamlin's been evil. I'm like, what? And then with Rhysand, I'm fine with being like, ooh, is there something about this that makes sense? Being a bit bad and allowing badness to creep into your personality does get good results and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but that, then you cannot go like, he's just a good baby. He's just a good baby. That's not that guy. That guy's interesting because he's not a good baby. He's not a good baby.
He's a bad baby.
He's a bad baby.
This is a bad baby.
And
baby.
I feel like this kind of was the thesis and kind of what we were going to be grappling with. Feyre being like, my dark desires, my sunshine prince. Oh,
it's setting up perfectly right now.
But then we were like, Tamlin bad, Tamlin really bad, Tamlin bad, Rhys feminist. Why did we do that?
It's called the pivot.
She's like, hey, you said that roaming around on Callan may really cost you. What's that about? What was that?
Feyre is constantly like, give me the deets on how magic works and what you're all up to behind the scenes. And they listen for some reason. They give her a little. He doesn't really give her anything right now.
Well, she says, were you one of the High Lords that sold allegiance to Amarantha in exchange for not being forced to live down here? Is that not implied? Have we not been operating under that assumption this entire...
Yeah.
Don't we know that?
I would think that's part of being Amarantha's whore. It means you were the first in line, probably, right?
I'm really confused. You've been operating under the assumption that he's not working with them, like, fake or real, like, that he's not aligned in some capacity with Amarantha. I mean, what? Yeah, right? Like, what I do or have done for my court is none of your concern. Yeah. So he hits her with that. She's like, what has Amarantha been doing for the past 49 years? Holding court and torturing everybody? To what end? And then she's like, thinking in her head, like, what is her plan for the human world? I mean, thank God we're thinking about that, because I have these questions too.
Yeah, these should have been very, like, higher up questions, other than, like, how can you shapeshift certain things? And, like...
Oh, you got weird claws. Oh, how's that feel?
Could you turn me into a swan?
But yeah, I don't think there's answers to these questions. Like, Rhysand's gonna be like, I don't have to tell you. And it's like, that's because I don't think we have an answer for any of that.
Nah, it's all right. The Lady of the Mountain needs no excuses for her actions.
All right, so now he's like in his role. He went back. Yeah. He was he's like, oh, yeah, I love her. I love
the Lady of the Mountain. Yes, yeah. my great lover. Yeah.
He's like, what do you want with me beyond taunting Tamlin, right? Because it is like, this is a lot for just that.
Taunting him is my greatest pleasure. And as for your question, why does any male need a reason to enjoy the presence of a female?
You saved my life.
And through your life, I saved Tamlin's.
Why?
That, Feyre, is the real question, isn't it?
Like, yeah, it is, actually.
I also would like to know.
That's a weird line. Yeah. That's a weird line. Through your life, I saved Tamlin's life. Like, that implies... So I'm supposed to think that's part of the fake plan? If the fake plan is I'm weaponizing, trying to make Tamlin angry...
Yeah.
To be on Amarantha's side, and we're doing that together, and whatever, that's my MO... then he shouldn't care about saving Tamlin's life. So that ruins that narrative.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, I agree.
That's a new narrative.
Unless there's a way you could do both at the same time.
No.
I don't.
It makes no sense to say.
My greatest pleasure is pissing Tamlin off, but by saving you, I've also saved his life. And that I was trying to trot you out to piss him off.
To save
his life.
Well, I guess she's saying you saved my life in the context of yeah, I was dying.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Oh, so if she died, Tamlin would have maybe just gone nuclear at that point.
Or either way, he would have had no life because he's stuck down here with Amarantha forever.
True.
So I'm saying he's literally saying the opposite of the fake plan. He's saying,
yeah,
no, I'm trying to do a good thing. I'm trying to save Tamlin's life.
Yeah.
So, okay, so, like, Mask is... So, why did he say the Lady of the Mountain needs no excuses for her actions, but also I'm trying to be a good guy? So, they go to the throne room. Everyone's looking at Rhysand, and Amaranth calls him up to her on her throne. I don't know what this part of it is. It said, the crowd parted as if we were on fire, revealing all too soon what was before us. Not us, I amended, but Rhysand. Like, what? Why? What?
Because she thinks of herself way too importantly. And she's like, oh, they're like moving away from us. But it's literally just like, no, they're moving away from Rhysand and you're just a girl. And she's like, has to talk about it.
I guess it's just sort of like, it is a weird thing to put in. I could see even saying what she said because she's just like has to walk with him. So like, yeah, us, I don't know. But she goes out of her way to be like, but that's just her being self-deprecating.
I know.
Like, you know, she's like,
and aggrandizing. It's both.
But I'm not really powerful.
I thought for a moment, because, you know, we have been dancing together for so long.
So there's a brown-skinned, high fae male sobbing on the floor in front of Amarantha.
Wow.
She's smiling at him like a snake. And we note, like, she doesn't even look at Feyre because she's so locked in on this guy. And Tamlin, a beast without claws.
Utterly impassive.
Feyre stands like sort of on the edge of the crowd. She's like looking at Tamlin, waiting for him to look at her. He doesn't. Amarantha's like, this summer lordling tried to escape through the exit to the Spring Court lands.
No, I'm sorry. Use the voice.
Oh, come on.
Use the voice.
Okay.
I have to do the voice. You have to do the voice.
All right, okay. The summer lordling tried to escape through the exit to the Spring Courts. I want to know why.
Nice.
So then the High Lord of the Summer Court is also standing there looking worried. My guy's got to learn like Tamlin's poker face because like, oh, don't look. I mean,
well,
I
he's
guess,
new. He's a new High Lord. This guy.
Yeah, I know he is.
They killed the other one.
I get it because like whatever. I guess he's worried either way because like it's
his subject or lover. I don't know what they were implying with this. Sarah does both sins, which is to say at certain times like info dumps, like insane chunks onto you, and then at other times, why have you not told me the other High Lords' names? Well, there's 7 of them. We know 2 of them. Just, who is this?
Well, Amarantha could say his name very easily.
But that's
right
what
now.
I mean. Tell me his name.
It wouldn't be unnatural for her to say it.
He is the other High Lord. She just didn't want to commit to a name right now?
I guess.
The book's done. It's out. You published it. You can't tell me his name. You have to just be like, this is Barasoth. Like, anything.
Rhysand approaches the guy on the ground. The Summer Fae cringed, his face shining with tears. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how do the powers work, right? Like, meaning, can Rhysand, like, does it drain him where, like, he can only go in so many minds a day? But shouldn't Amarantha have Rhysand checking and probing in everybody's brain?
Amarantha should do a lot of things.
Or many people's brains, or however many he could do, even if it's two a day. Where like we're just constantly kind of checking to be like, what are they thinking? Are they trying to escape? Who's doing what? The Summer Fae cringes. He's crying. Feyre's own bowels turned watery with fear and shame as he wet himself at the sight of Rhysand. The fairy's like, please, and Rhysand does his little like mind claw power. Feyre's like, oh, I remember Summer was one of the courts that rebelled against Amarantha. And this is a new untested High Lord because that old High Lord, when they rebelled, got killed. Okay. Yeah. It says, who had not yet had to make choices that cost him lives. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that even a little.
No.
We don't. How long? Even if he's been a High Lord for the last week, which has definitely been longer. Maybe in the last fucking week, he's had like 50 people die in front of him. You don't know his life before he became High Lord.
She can tell just by looking at him.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, but she does this. She ends sentences where it's like, Sarah wrote that, so Feyre knows that.
No,
but it's
Feyre
like,
can't know that.
I know, but it's the bad writing of it all.
That's not how first person point of view works. Feyre can't know that.
Unless she has some sort of god powers that we don't know.
Well, let me know. Let me know.
What do you think about the books now?
Let me know when that happens. Rhysand's in his brain. He says he wanted to escape to get to the Spring Court, cross the wall, and flee south to the human lands. He had no accomplices. No motive behind his own pathetic cowardice. Now, I suppose that could be true, right? I'm sure some people, it makes sense that people would be trying to escape, right? Especially when they're
weird that this is the first one in a while.
I guess because they're getting caught, right?
I guess. Yeah.
Amarantha, no part of her already. Things are about to happen that my girl should absolutely take note of.
Yeah.
Even without that, though.
Yep.
No part of her is like, why do I know how do I know he's telling me the truth?
You don't.
How do I know that?
The fun part is you don't.
Why do you trust him?
Lets it go.
Why do you trust him? You're the girl whose whole backstory, all of her motivation is betrayal.
That's it. She's the betrayal queen.
She's the girl who is like, I am making every choice in my life around the trauma of seeing someone I love betrayed and lied to by a man.
Yes.
And I get it. We're going to rely on but that was a human and she only, blah, blah. I think she's smart enough.
If she's tricking Faye, she knows Faye can trick her, right?
Are Faye not tricky?
They're tricky and she's the trickiest.
Right. So I'm saying, what part of her, the girl who's like, I hate men lying and betraying women, is not like, I don't know if he's telling me
I have
the
no
truth.
Skin in this game. And if someone were to tell me that about anyone,
and
I'd be like, sounds sus. No one was working with him.
Yeah. And I think that Rhysand at his most diabolical, amazing performance, obsessed with Amarantha, obsessed with being an evil guy. I still think she should be very suspicious, but he's not even acting that way. We're not even close to that. He's barely spends time with her at this point, constantly with the betrayal girl. I see no proof in the way Rhysand acts or Amarantha acts, how they interact, that she's so bought in to their connection and his motivations. Nothing.
No.
She seems suspicious of him. She seems annoyed by him. Even more reason to not trust him.
Because he keeps doing suspicious and annoying things. And he's the suspicious and annoying guy from the suspicious and annoying court, it seems like.
So, okay, he's like, no. He was just doing it by himself. He was just scared and he tried to go. Okay. Feyre notices Tarquin, which we find out later. She notices the High Lord of the Summer Court relaxes. She's like, oh, look, he looks relieved that he said that. I wonder what Rhysand is lying about. If Feyre can notice that, if Feyre notices that, and she starts going, I think Rhysand's lying.
The only way that works is through the
bond.
That's the only way.
Well, why not just make it that?
I know.
Don't say you see the High Lord. There's something physical and visible that she notices that he does that's a tell.
Yeah.
But only Feyre notices
also
that?
Also noticed it, and that's what she's sensing through his... whatever, I don't know.
But we've done this too many times with her.
I know. She's psychic for no reason.
If you just wrote it a little different, and it was like, oh, I think she's getting pings of things from the connection, I would... Fine, I'll buy that.
Yeah,
I'll buy that. Just write it in. Give me a little bit. A little bit. And also don't do it 100 times before we get to this part. That would help too.
That would help.
And then I don't know why we can't assume, even if Rhysand is bad, let's just say he's a bad guy, right? Mm-hmm. He is a night court bastard.
Yes.
Even if Amarantha believes that, even if it was true, why could Amarantha not think he could be bad and still want to be in charge instead of me? Wouldn't the bad guy want that?
I would think. Yeah.
Right? Even if she's he agrees with me, he hates humans, he loves torturing people, he's a horrible man. Why could she not still be suspicious in the way of I don't think he's good, but I think maybe he'd like to be king instead of me?
This is always the thing with villains, especially when they get together. You see it in comics a lot. They don't trust each other because they're we would all do the bad thing.
Right.
So wouldn't it be funny if I did the bad thing to the bad guy who didn't see it coming?
So she doesn't think potentially this guy trying to escape Rhysand's maybe directly involved because he wants to usurp your throne and be bad, but he's in charge.
Something that the Penguin would suspect. I think Amarantha, the 500-year-old Fae, should be like Oswald Cobblepot is going to sit there and be like, I think the Riddler might be looking to double-cross me. He clearly would be primed to betray her.
Like, wouldn't Amarantha, when Rhysand says he was working alone, is Amarantha's eyeballs not going to be on Tarquin? Like, going like...
Is that the Summer Court dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the one on the floor.
No,
meaning
I
the High Lord.
Yeah, the High Lord.
Like, isn't she going to be crafty enough to be like, how does he react? Let me watch. No.
What else is she doing? Once again, my question is, what is Amarantha even looking at? What is she doing?
Well, I think
She's just like staring at the floor.
We tried. We tried to set it up. She looked like a snake and couldn't keep her eyes off the guy crying. And we're going to try and be like, that's why, because she's so evil. She can't look away from a crying man.
You gotta make her way
she's smart!
More chaotic and crazy.
Way.
And like not a planner. No, she's crafty. She's like a statesperson.
That's why she's wearing her
came
modest
here from
purple
Highburn
gown.
and convinced everyone she's not their enemy anymore, despite
So
going to war with all of them.
She could keep it in.
She can keep it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Tarquin, right? That's the new Summer Lord, and potentially, according to others, Lucian's father?
no,
Okay.
that's
Another court.
That's another guy.
I see. All right, because everyone here is very bronze-skinned, and apparently Lucian will become that at some point.
Become that. He's not right
He
now.
has never been described that
And guess
way.
what? She's going to think in this book, she's going to see his dad, Baron, and she's going to go like, oh wow, they look alike.
All of his brothers have been recognized to be his brothers, and they're all from Baron, right?
Trust me. It makes no sense. Feyre just notices things that would imply that everyone else must notice these things, but for some reason only Feyre notices them. She's like, later, she first hears, she's like, oh yeah, he looks like his family. Then later we're like, actually, he looks just like that guy. Wow. And his skin color is totally different, and I've noticed that. And then we're like,
Feyre just doesn't see color.
and so nobody
like,
else has ever noticed that.
Feyre, who is obsessed with colors, Feyre, who can't stop talking about colors, did not notice this man's skin color.
She wasn't like, oh wow, why is
his
Lucian
hair in
so
36
much
shades
darker
of red
than his brother? No, because in this book that wasn't the plot. He
I know
literally
it's
wasn't.
Not. I know it's not. So
he
stop
was
lying.
white. He was white.
He was Irish and white here, and then because it's convenient and whatever other
because
reasons.
you get awesome points. You get awesome diversity points.
Yeah. Oh, one of the main characters was brown the whole time.
The whole time.
His face half black.
Oh, did I make it that all the Archerons and Tamlin and Lucien and Amarantha and Rhysand and everybody was white? No, I didn't. But like, is that not proof this lady just has no problem doing things like that?
Yeah, she doesn't. The integrity of her own story is irrelevant.
Here's the thing. Do I care if she had made Lucien? Well, here's the thing. If she had made the Van Serras broadly darker, so Lucien was a dark character, obviously I wouldn't care from the beginning.
Would have been fine.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But no, do I think it makes any sense for the plot to be like, here's a whole host of brothers, they all look exactly alike and have a certain skin color, except for that one. And then we were like,
and he's the black sheep.
Nobody's ever said anything about it, and we didn't comment on it. This like, no, come on.
So silly.
Stop asking me to be dumb. Like, I'm sick of everybody asking me to be stupid. I'm sick of Sarah asking me to be stupid. I'm sick of the fans asking me to be stupid. Please be stupid. No. So Amarantha says, shatter him, Rhysand.
Oh, nice.
And then Tarquin and the Summer Faerie looked relieved, even though he's going to kill him, because they were worried about their plan, getting out. So this man's being very sacrificial right now. I don't know what happens here. She says, I'm growing bored, Rhysand. And then the Summer Faerie dies really quickly, slumps over.
Damari.
Amarantha says, I said shatter his mind, not his brain.
She didn't. She just said shatter him. So she didn't say that.
You're right, she didn't say that.
It should have said, I wanted
again,
you to shatter his mind, not his brain.
Oh, so this didn't, no warning signals, no red flags, nothing about that struck her as weird when combined with everything else going on. Oh, it seems like you're not enjoying torture anymore, Rhysand.
Something's up with that. You used to love torture.
In fact, I was trusting you solely based on the fact that you love torture.
I'm beyond. Like, the fact that you're telling me that she's not, like, the only way this works in my mind, and the way I've been reading it, is that she is so overly confident because she already, of course, suspects Rhysand of a double cross,
right,
and has so many plans in place that every motherfucker that tries to cross her is going to get Swiss cheesed the second they step out of line. That she's not even looking at him because she's like, yeah, they're all trying to get out all the time. I know that.
Yeah, but then why would this even be a whole to-do?
I don't
right?
know.
Like, at that point, you'd be like,
I don't know.
Ah, yes, you, just like all the others, trying to get out. And then she also, again, should be like, guess what? Nobody's talking to Feyre. Feyre's in a hole right next to my throne. Nobody's coming over here. Put her in a cage
on the other side of the throne from Tamlin. That's where she should be living.
I'm watching her at all times. I think she'd have to personally do it because we've got mind control man walking around, and she knows that because she gave him the powers back. So Rhysand just shrugs. He says, apologies, my queen. And he turned away without being dismissed. He's being insolent and like, so his plan right now isn't to suck up to her and try to convince her
it's
that
to be bratty.
It's to be bratty.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I don't know.
Why would that work?
Maybe it does. Maybe he just knows that after 49 years. It's like she responds well if I'm a little like pouty and just insolent.
I guess.
No, don't buy that.
I know. So Feyre's like following him. And then the crowd, her and Rhysand are walking by. Some of the crowd is saying whore.
To him, yeah.
Amarantha's whore. Yeah. But some of them are giving him tentative, appreciative smiles and words. Good that you killed him. Good that you killed the traitor. So, like, yeah, technically the whore people are the good guys, right? Because, like,
yeah.
They hate Amarantha and they hate him for doing...
This is some Terry Goodkind ass shit. This is so goofy.
Whore!
And I had
good
to listen
for
to
you.
their jibes, and the seeker smiled. Like
the loser salute. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
I'm on one knee right now.
She says, I wondered if anyone but he and the High Lord of the Summer Court knew that the killing had been a mercy. If you and the High Lord of the Summer Court know that, what would preclude anyone else from knowing that?
Amarantha should have chastised him on the floor after that.
And Amarantha should also be like, if people are walking, he's like walking by and people are being like, fuck you, like, whore, you big fucking whore. Shouldn't Amarantha be like, die? Like, I don't know why. Like, whatever. I guess she wants them to be tortured. She wants them to be tortured.
In a very vague, absent sort of way, yeah.
Right. I mean, I never see her do it much.
She doesn't
well, I
love
guess
that damn
that's
throne.
what they're screaming. They're screaming.
I guess. In a vague hell.
But it
sort
sounded
of
like
way.
she very personally tortured Claire Bedore. So why haven't I seen Amarantha torture anyone else?
She doesn't have the stomach for Fae torture. She just wants human torture.
But she's like barely torturing Feyre.
Why are we not going out grabbing humans right now? There's nothing.
What's preventing
There is
it?
no one stopping you at all. You could be doing it right now. You could be torturing a human in front of Feyre every day to like throw her off for a game.
You could.
You should be. You should be pulling Nesta in here and ripping her apart.
The fact that the sisters are not even a little bit a part of this, not even like threatened, is so weird to me.
You already killed a whole family thinking it was her. You're not going to go get her family now? It's too complicated. She didn't have a way out of it.
Yeah.
So she didn't write it. But it's exactly what I'd be thinking if I was Feyre. I'd be like, oh, it's only a matter of time before they have my name now. That's what they wanted it for, right?
Go send some sentries to ask questions.
Yeah, and she didn't ask for the last name, and that's her rationale why they couldn't
She
find
forgot.
it.
She forgot.
She forgot to ask, yeah.
So they go all the way to the back of the throne room, buffet table.
Hell yeah.
We reach the food and wine.
So sick.
He hands her a goblet, and he downs one too.
Wow.
And that's
and then they're both sexy dancing all night.
Yeah. And that's how Amarantha knows. She's like, oh, there's sexy dancing. I trust him.
Yeah.
After all that.
Oh, he really can get down.
Oh, yeah. Only a real bad man who loves me and trusts me 100% and is beholden to me would dance like that.
You see, Tamlin, that's how I want you to drop it low. Should we do what they're doing? Those two? Bring us wine.
Why isn't there more interaction?
Anything. Anything.
It would be horny.
It would be horny.
That's why.
That's what we want.
But not too much, because that would be so horny that there's no escape hatch. And we always need an escape hatch. Don't let him catch you feeling attraction.
You're right.
Don't let them catch you thinking things are hot, okay? That like
That's
real
morally
ones
bad.
know.
Yeah,
Real ones
we gotta
know.
skate that line and get ready to dive off the ship
real
at any
ones
moment.
know you do have to get horny. Like you need it. You need it. Like you'll die without it.
Yeah.
But so like we gotta force.
And you're
feed.
good for having it, but only sometimes.
But like definitely leave a space to jump out and say, no, I didn't. Mm-hmm. You better be wearing your camouflage at all times. Get ready to pull it up.
We're almost done with the mountain. Chapter 40 next time, right? Maybe 41, 42.
We'll
40,
see,
41.
We'll see. Trial 2 next time.
I don't know what this is.
I'm dying for this.
I got
one.
no clue. Am I going to freak out? I'm going to read the shit tonight. I'm so
You're
excited.
not going to like it.
There's no chance I was going to like it. Not
Well,
that
why? That's not true. You like the worm, so there is a chance.
All right, but like on the whole, I don't like the idea of the worm being the trial.
You liked
but
that chapter.
But I liked the experience. So I'm not going to like this
No.
one. I'm not going to like the idea of it, and I'm not going to like reading it.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear because
Because then you could crash out.
Oh, I can't wait.
We did have a request. I'm so sorry that I didn't screenshot whoever requested this. I think it was on TikTok.
Okay.
Maybe not. Someone has requested that we dress up as Amarantha and Tamlin together.
Okay.
I too like this idea.
Yeah, definitely.
We're debating where we're gonna do maybe next time. At some point, one episode that will occur though. So I just wanted to let you know I didn't forget. I just want you to know.
All
whoever
right.
you are, let me know who you are. Whoever requested that, I
She'll
did.
be Amarantha. I'll be Cucklin. I gotta not get very angry or excited at all, and you need to be constantly putting your finger under my chinny chin and trying to entice me.
I wish we saw something like that even happen. Thank you guys for being here. Sorry 39 took so long. I don't know why we can't shut up.
Like 5 hours, yeah.
But you guys said that you liked the rants, and so here they are. Like, follow, subscribe, do all that stuff. Come hang out on social media. Thanks for joining us. Tune in next time. Maybe we'll be in a costume. Maybe we won't. But next time, Trial 2, come on. You know you're excited to see Frank react to it. You know you are.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Love y'all.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.
COULD